Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Unholy Trinity through the lens review stuff. You know how we do. I'm your host today, Patronus Gold. On my right, Mr. SCL.
Sup.
And on my far right is Mr. Sephiroth.
Sup.
Now, we're going to be talking about a film that came out last year that we did initially cover, but our review kind of got fucked because we had to stop it halfway because my PC overheated. They might do it again today.
A lot of stuff happened, so yeah.
Yeah, so it got delayed. Anyway,
late than ever.
Spider-Man No Way Home. You know what it is. With Spider-Man's identity now revealed, Peter asks Doctor Strange for help when a spell goes wrong. Dangerous foes from other worlds start to appear, forcing Peter to discover what it truly means to be Spider-Man. Bear in mind, this is a full spoiler review because, it's been a long time, and I assume you probably seen the review by now.
Spoiler zone.
All right. It is directed by John Watts, written by Chris McKenna, Eric Summers. It stars Tom Holland, Zendaya, Benedict Cumberbatch. Who else is in it? Jacob Batalon, Jon Favreau, Jamie Foxx, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Benedict Wong, Tony Revolori, Marissa Tomei, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Yo.
That is the cast. Did you just vanish? Did you get Thanos snapped?
Dum 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 dum. Oh, there he is.
Yo, he emerged from that blurry space.
Did you guys keep going?
All right, we will talk about our first impressions of the film. What are our general thoughts?
Good. It's saying this after already doing a review of it and being like literally more than a month. I remember remembering it being good. It's been too long for me to make a proper judgment. Maybe we should have rewatched it.
Yeah, my most recent rewatch was a while ago. So.
Yeah,
but just you be banger.
Yeah,
different.
there was a lot of there's a lot of people on Twitter being. I say a lot. There's probably like a handful of people on Twitter going around saying it's just fan service. It's a fine film. It's fine. Thoughts on that?
But what is fan service other than servicing your fans?
But at the same time, I think this movie does a good job in putting Peter in his most vulnerable situation, or vulnerable state, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember when we did the first recording of this review that failed, we talked a bit about how they actually did fan service well.
Yes. Yeah. It's not fan service, but it is fan service, but it's also a celebration of all of the Spidey stuff that we love.
Yes. Shall we dive into that?
Yeah. We can dive into that with first talking about the acting. Because I think the acting was quite banging.
And it was quite banging.
Quite.
I think from all the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the villains. William Dafoe.
Jimmy.
Mr.
Willem
Octopus.
Dafoe. Alfred Molina.
And MVP goes to, Andrew Garfield.
For Tick Tick Boom.
For Tick Tick Boom.
Yes, winner of our
The
best
Woo
actor
Awards.
was the Woo Awards.
Tobey Maguire was good. He's just old now. Did you know Tobey Maguire was involved in a fucking illegal poker scandal a while back?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like he was arrested a few times.
That's pretty
Interesting.
cool.
I don't know, arrested or just like investigated too. Like got busted because it's a scandal.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, Leonardo DiCaprio was somewhat involved in the illegal poker ring.
Mm.
So yeah, funny Hollywood illegal poker, and like Tobey Maguire was losing and shit, so he was like throwing a tantrum.
Ha.
But
I
now
was
he's
going to say something like
baby.
Leonardo DiCaprio, starring in the new film Don't Look Up, which we're going to do a review on very soon. So stay subscribed for that. But I realized that's shameless self-plugging, so I might not do that. Who knows?
You just did.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, you just
That's the
did,
point.
so it's too late.
That's the point. That's the joke.
Yeah. All right. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something and I forgot.
Did you?
Tom Holland was good. He was very good in this movie.
Our boy Tommy.
Quiet.
Zendaya was good.
Very emotional in this one.
Yeah. Jacob Batalon as Ned's pretty good. Willem Dafoe standout villain, I guess.
And in this movie, we get more scenes from J. Abrams. What's his name?
J.J. Abrams, yeah. The Star Wars episode 7 episode.
J.J. Jameson. Mr.
Yeah.
Jameson.
Yeah, played by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. He was.
John Cook Simmons.
Oh yeah, John Cook.
Yeah.
He was great in this film. Really improved his English in the past few years. But I feel like he ages pretty fast.
Learned it from Friends.
Yeah. No, did he learn it from Boss Baby?
That's
who learned
Jimin,
that from?
apparently.
Oh, Jimin. Yeah, Jimin.
Was that an actual true? Was that an actual
Apparently,
fact? I'm not sure.
it was an article, news article
about the Boss Baby convention.
Yeah. So it must be true. Journalists wrote it.
It must be true. Yeah. And once again, J. Jonah Jameson proves that yes, the news is always correct. Just like this Jimin fact, which may or may not be an actual fact.
Yes, the news.
Yeah. Also, just your daily reminder that BTS is canon within the MCU.
True.
In Eternals.
Did they play a BTS song at one point?
In Eternals, yeah.
Eternals.
Yeah. Anyhow, I was going to say something. Yeah. Anything more you want to talk about in acting?
Not really.
All right, easy. Moving on, let's talk about the writing.
Ah, the writing.
The one thing
And
you want
we can break
in
down
your
the plot if you want. We can go through like
is not someone's fungus.
facts.
Yes.
All right. So I'll just talk through the plot, and then when you want to jump in and say something, like thoughts on like things happening, we can just do it like that because this is a full spoiler one. All right. We open with the events directly at the end of Spider-Man 2. No, well, I mean Spider-Man Far From Home.
Home.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Which is very
in
cool.
Britain.
Going straight in, getting in there, getting straight up. I like
straight
that. Anyway, they go away. They swing away, they swing around the city, and they come back to Aunt May's apartment. Happy and Aunt May broke up. That was something. And that's actually like, seems like it's about to happen at the end of the last movie from what I remember. Because I watched Far From Home recently, like the other day. And yes, that's also directly something that happens at the end. So it's like bridging the stuff. That's another funny thing I noticed in this film. There is a lot of sexual tension between MJ and Peter Parker, which, like, I guess is like normal if you think about it, but just like very strange. It's like that scene where they Aunt May like talks about sex with Peter Parker was kind of weird, and then there's a scene later when they're on a rooftop and they're like totally about to fuck, and then Ned comes. I'm not sure if you remember this, but they turn to each other, they look intensely, and then they start moving towards each other, and then Ned comes.
Yes.
Well, I took it that they were just gonna kissy.
No,
you can take how you want.
They were gonna fuck. They're horny. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe rewatch and reconsider.
In that situation, you get me?
Yeah, because I watched it twice, and I pointed that out to you.
Did you see a boner?
The second time, I'm like, no, I will compare. Maybe when it's like the IMAX version comes out.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah.
Boner exposed.
Enhance. Zoom.
Anyway, sorry, back to what I was saying.
Bonus.
Oh yeah, so then you get like kind of a montagey thing of all of the stuff happening to do with Peter and his legal troubles. An interesting thing I want to point out, there is a thing to do with missing Stark Tech, and I'm thinking Armor Wars, maybe? That might be a teaser for Armor Wars, because that shows about somebody getting their hands on Stark Tech.
Getting all the suits.
And yeah, there's some Stark Tech that's missing, according to that one part. We also get to meet a very special man, a very good lawyer.
Jack Muriyama.
Who wants to address this one?
Oh my god, I was literally going to say Jack Muriyama as well.
Damn.
Legend of a Lawyer.
It was not Jack Muriyama.
Cases.
But it was... I'll do all the cases, thank you.
No.
I can't practice law, but I'll do all the cases. It was Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and that's great. He's back, baby. You can tell a lot was cut from his appearance, as he was meant to have like an actual legal case thing, but that did not happen, which kind of sucks because I actually did want to see him do legal work.
Me
because
too.
That's some of my favorite parts of the Daredevil TV show. But hey, he's cool. He's back. He seems to act like the character. And,
still blind.
And Kingpin's in Hawkeye, so it's all coming together. Isn't it?
Daredevil season 5.
4.
We're up to 4.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Go!
Happy New Year!
We go!
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Anyhow, that happens. So then they go to the safe house, which is Happy's house, and they're like, "Woohoo! Let's have a normal life." They go back to school. We get one of my favorite scenes, which is when they see the teachers again, because the teachers are some of my favorite characters from the Home trilogy. Especially great to see Hannibal Buress return, and they each call him a conspiracy theorist. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah,
but it's real, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a conspiracy.
But it is. Yeah.
Alex Jones told me.
Then Peter and MJ go onto the roof, and like I said before, they totally got to fuck, but they get cut off by Ned.
Yeah, because this is a MA-15 film, and no fucking scenes allowed.
Yeah. Ned is the only thing keeping it unrated.
Base Ned.
And he was the one in the first film who was watching porn.
Yes, that is true. Moving on, they talk about MIT, which is funny because yesterday I just got into RMIT.
No, you didn't get MIT, bro.
I didn't get into MIT, but I got into RMIT. That's basically the same thing.
Did you forget to tell me?
I did forget to tell you. I'm sorry. This is me telling you now.
Congratulations, then.
Thank you. I need to quickly enroll at some point, but yes, it is done.
Somewhat new to the city gang.
Yeah.
Sonny got into SA.
Yes, sir. Gonna
Well
join
done.
you.
Hell yeah, boys.
To SA.
Oh, is that what you're coming back for?
For me, yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Oh.
It's almost guaranteed, right?
Yeah, I already paid for the damn thing, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know about that, so.
Because you've been saying you're coming back in September, so like
Yeah,
at least September.
Because class starts in September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it was set in stone, though.
The boys are gonna be.
Well, the thing is, I don't have a visa yet.
When
I'm
he
gonna do
comes
that
back on the
in
Unholy
a few months.
Trinity.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, bro. Greet me at the airport like you greet Yakuza bosses out of prison.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
we will. Oh,
we
yes.
will. We're gonna wear suits. Okay, we'll come in suits.
Yeah.
Genuinely, let's do it.
We can. Yeah.
And
we will.
Yeah, we will.
This is long enough of a tangent.
I will bring a gun as well.
Oh, bangs. Airport
now
security.
bringing that
Actually, that's
happy.
to an airport. It's not a good idea. No.
Yeah,
Just suits. Yeah. Or whatever.
We'll bring a gun to anywhere. But never.
A gun to a knife fight?
I'll bring my recorder.
Bangers.
Nice.
It's a weapon.
Anyway, speaking of weapons, the biggest weapon against the kids getting into MIT, I was going to say RMIT, is the fact that they're friends with Peter. So, what does Peter do because they don't get in? He goes to Doctor Strange. Now, I will agree with all the people saying that it is kind of a weak start to the movie with, like, narratively speaking, it doesn't really make that much sense for Doctor Strange to, like, be this... be this kind of stupid to, like, be like, hey, Peter, let's do spell, even though spell is dangerous. So
he's feeling a bit naughty, bro. So it's like...
He's feeling a bit naughty, a bit foxy, if I dare say so myself. Just the cup. Anyway, Mr. Strange, he do the spell. It is better than it was presented in the trailers, though, because the trailers made it look even stupid. Oh, fuck. Why did my rib just start hurting? I don't know. That was weird.
You need to exercise more.
Maybe.
Now we have a GIF for a sound clip of Jack saying, oh, fuck.
Oh, nice.
No. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the catalyst of the whole thing. It's actually that Peter says anyone who knew he was Peter Parker should still know. That's what brings in the villains who knew he was Peter Parker, which is actually more clever than the trailer made it look.
Yes.
And then Doctor Strange is like, bruh, he could have just asked them for a second chance. And they're like, oh, fuck. So then he swings his way down to the bridge and convinces the lady to give them a second chance. But not before they're stopped by a villain.
That villain is...
And...
the Brick Man.
Is the octopus from the Wiggles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Fuck, what's the octopus from the Wiggles name?
Fuck, I forgot.
I want to say Henry, but I don't think that's
from
right.
Teletubbies.
That's the name of the octopus.
Mr. Blobby. No, that's not his name.
All right, Mr. Squid Game here.
Henry.
They have a fight, and Peter, they do cool nanotech stuff, which is cool. I like that. Also, might I point out that the CG here is popping off with the de-aging.
Oh, yes.
I could not tell he was de-aged. I completely forgot it was CG. Very cool. Very cool. Green Goblin's about to attack, but right before he attacks, they get teleported away to the Doctor Strange's basement. And essentially, the movie begins, which is like, we're going to Pokemon these villains and catch them all. And that's kind of what he does. He goes around catching villains. We got Electro, Sandman, Lizard, we already said Doc Ock. And then Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin, shows up. But he appears to be a nice homeless man at a feast. So he's just vibing with Peter.
Osman.
Doctor Strange is like, bruh, these people die and they gotta die, it's fate. And then Peter's like, fuck you, I'm taking this cube. And then they have a big superhero fight. It looks really, really cool. And what are your thoughts of Peter Parker defeating Doctor Strange?
He used the maths, bro.
Yeah.
Like a good Asian.
He did. Yeah. Did you dig that?
Think what?
The maths problem solving there.
I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. And I don't know, I guess it's the convenience of the plot. But it makes sense.
I thought it was cool because it's like that's this particular Peter Parker's strength is math. Whereas
but every other Peter Parker is kind of smart.
Andrew Garfield is science, and Tobey Maguire is kind of just Tobey Maguire.
He went to fucking college with Dr. fucking his name. What's his name?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire is kind of like an all-rounder. He's kind of sciencey, but he's not like super science like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I guess.
And did you see that later in the movie as well? It's kind of cool setup, I guess. Anyway, I dug that. That was pretty cool. Then they decide to get to work on a cure. Yeah. So they're doing cure shit. And then he cures Doc Ock, which is really cool. But I actually really like that Doc Ock's character arc thing because he's kind of like, it starts off as kind of a repeat of Spider-Man 2, but when he goes good, which is like cool. Even they kind of leaves the movie from this point and comes back at the end, but like yeah. But then something is evil in this apartment. Green Goblin, and they have big fight. It's a really cool fight. I like the action choreography in this movie. It's much more brutal.
Mr. Goblin be buff. He's very strong.
He'd be slamming the boy.
Would he win against Captain America, bro?
No.
But he's strong. He's
strong, but he's not as strong as Captain America.
I think I saw a video titled like, "Is the Goblin serum stronger than the superhuman one?" But I didn't watch it.
I don't think it, like, just based on like Iron Man can, not Iron Man, Captain America, Loki can go toe to toe with Thanos.
But Thanos just big fucking purple man.
You go toe to toe with Iron Man, Captain America.
Yes, but like serum strength wise, yo.
Yeah, I think Cap is a bit stronger.
They should do a what if episode on that.
Oh, that'd be so cool. See, do you think they're going to do a what if No Way Home episode?
I don't know.
Surely they're going to do, because apparently since she's meant to be Phase 4 stuff.
Then they better do it.
Surely they will. Yeah, they better. Fuck, what was I going to say? Yeah, then we get sad scene where Aunt May gets glided. And then with great power comes great responsibility. I want to say an interesting comic book thing. With the great power comes great responsibility line, I cannot find it in the comic. There is, after Uncle Ben dies and stuff, that particular comic issue, I'm talking about the original Spider-Man comic, at the very end in like Stan Lee narration, he says, with great power must also come a great responsibility, the line from this movie.
Mm.
So technically, if I'm correct, and there isn't actually an Uncle Ben saying, "With a great power comes great responsibility" in the comics, because I don't think there is from reading the comic again. This movie was like more accurate than the past movies.
Yeah, because you're not just gonna have a god-like voice come out of the sky and be like, "And with great power comes the great responsibility."
Yeah, but the line was changed in this one. But like the line in this one, I think, is the actual proper line. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Not sure anyone has actually. I've never seen anyone talk about this. So like, it's just
a Jack
maybe this is a
exclusive.
exclusive fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
You might want to fact check me, but like, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that bit was actually cinema, so it's like, damn, I feel that.
Damn.
And that's kind of the point where you're like, oh shit. Like the past two movies, like Tom Holland haters have kind of been like, he has no consequences for his actions. He's like, everything's easy for Peter Parker in the past two movies. And to be fair, it kind of is. But this shows that like there are stakes.
Shit gets
and
real.
also like, it shows that like the entire trilogy is more origin story, right?
Mm.
He kind of leads up because this is his big loss. It's not Uncle Ben, it's this.
Uncle Ben didn't die at first movie. He died at the last movie.
Oh, that actually brings me to one of my Marvel complaints I have here, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but there was a Disney Plus show announced for like Spider-Man. It was like his origin stuff. It was like an animated series or something. Do you guys remember?
I don't.
Don't think so.
Fuck, I can't remember them. Okay, give me like 3 seconds and I will Google the name if my thing works.
1 2
Son.
3.
What the fuck is that coming up now? Spider-Man Freshman Year.
Well,
do you guys remember that?
Of it?
Okay, anyway, it's meant to be done in like a old comic style animation. The dude from What If is reprising his role as Peter Parker. Anyway, point being, I don't want to see an origin story for Spider-Man after this series because I feel like it could completely ruin the idea of this, because this one's like going, oh, this is like his first big loss. If they do the Uncle Ben thing again, it's not going to have as much of an impact, I feel. And like the whole fact, like definitely by the end of this film, you can see it's like the reboot, and it's like this is his. I don't need an origin story to the origin story. You know what I mean?
No.
And it's going to be MCU canon. It's like, we'll see.
We will see.
Moving on. So then Ned realized he has magic, which brings me also to a theory that I have about Ned. I'll also agree with there's a valid criticism here that it is a plot convenience that Ned does the spinny thing and kind of shits on Doctor Strange. But to be fair, this entire movie shits on Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange is a dumbass in this movie.
No, he's just feeling very naughty. So he gets what he deserves.
Naughty.
Fuck, what was I going to say?
And Ned just has magic.
My theory. Ned is a mutant.
But why would a mutant do magic? Does that mean Doctor Strange is a mutant?
No, Doctor Strange is a normal person who trains to become a wizard, right?
Yeah.
The only other character, because he talks about having magic in his family or something, which is kind of like a joke, I guess. Also to half explain this. But here's my theory, right? There's only one other magic character we have seen in the MCU that has been born with magic powers. And that's Scarlet Witch. Because remember, one division, retcon. Yeah. And her brother, because they're both mutants, right? And they can call them mutants now because they have the rights to it. Therefore, I think Ned is a mutant, but I don't think he's ever going to come back. Film. I don't know. You know,
get Hugh Jackman.
Rumor has it that Charles Xavier is going to be in the Doctor Strange film.
Oh, nice. Old man's back.
Could be. Anyhow, that is what I was going to say about Ned. And then we get introduced to 2 new characters. Well, 2 old returning characters. Who are they, boys?
Jack Murayama.
And Jack Murayama.
Damn, I'm hearing this one a lot. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and Spider-Man, respectively.
Peter Parker, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they get called
And
in
that's
a kind of
a
funny way.
cool. It's the vibe.
Yeah.
I especially like Andrew Garfield in this. He's very cute. Tick, tick, boom.
He's always cute.
He's always cute. Moving on from that point, they meet up with Peter Parker and they all kind of comfort him and talk about great power, great responsibility. Uncle Ben, good moment. I enjoyed it. I dug it. They went to the roof where, Peter and MJ totally were about to fuck at the start of the movie. It's a real full circle moment. Anyhow, then they're like, oh shit, we're going to do cure stuff. Also, I would like to point out in the scene where they are developing the cure, it's pretty funny. There's a Hobgoblin reference, which is nice. You get some closure on the MJ Peter Parker thing from the original trilogy, I guess, if you're into that, which I'm not into that, so I don't care. But if whoever's he likes MJ, yeah, that's the thing.
Well, it's about comparing each other's experiences with their significant other.
It is. Yeah.
And how Andrew Garfield has no one and he's sad.
Yes. But we'll come back to that later, I think. There is a really good exchange where Tobey Maguire is talking to Tom Holland, and they're looking at the cure or something, and Tom Holland hesitates, but then Tobey Maguire reminds them that their purpose is to cure them because that's what heroes do, or something along those lines. And we'll come back to that at the end.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah,
I think that's why.
Also, just to note, Tobey Maguire could never save any of the villains. So this is also like a redemption arc for him, if you didn't notice, especially with the Green Goblin thing at the end.
Well, he was
stopping
making
him from being killed by the glider.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tobey Maguire directly stops the glider from killing anything. That's a direct redemption from the first Spider-Man movie, which is cool. Anyway, they go, okay, big plan. We're going to get all the villains together on the tower and we're going to bash them. But
going back to the Toby thing.
Bash them.
When he was making the cure, he was like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. So,
Yeah, that's part of that too. Is Geo glitching for you?
No. Well, kind of.
Glitch on these nuts.
Oh, it's just a complete fucking weird glitch on my screen. Anyway,
that's fine.
What was I going to say?
Filling in the Liberty.
Yes, big fight, end scene fight. Good stuff. Everyone returns. Doc Ock's there, and he's good.
Did we forget to mention that Doc Ock was fixed, bro?
He was. I did mention that. And then I was talking about how it's cool to see him back as a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to something. What's the Cyberpunk City?
Night City.
Welcome to Night City.
Yeah. With his grandma in the background.
Yeah, I thought it would hide it away, but clearly not.
Yeah. There's nice, cute banter between them. I really like the way they treat Andrew Spider-Man. It's cute. And the web shooter jokes. That's nice. Anyway,
they do all
show
the
up.
Classic jokes that the fans have been saying for ages.
Yeah.
Again, this is part of the good fan service, not just
Oh,
Home Alone fan service put some shitty character in for no good fucking reason. They're actually like doing good plot stuff with it.
Yeah. You know the back cracking joke? That's to do with how Tobey Maguire injured his back on set in the original trilogy.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes.
There's a little behind the scenes. It's actually a behind the scenes joke. He actually got
fell.
injured.
Oh. There's a scene where he fucking fell and fucking got his back.
Yeah, that's true as well. But yeah, this one, the writer said it was to do with
yeah.
It was a behind
and
the
I also
scenes
thought,
joke,
like, at the same time, it's just because they're old.
That's true as well. Like, it works within the universe.
Yeah.
They work together and it's cool. Big fight with them. They cure them. Doctor Strange shows up. Ned goes on magic, and then Doctor Strange is like, I guess Peter did the right thing, and all was dandy. Then Peter's about to kill Green Goblin when Tobey Maguire stops and gives him a look, and that look is a reference to the fact that he said, "Hey, we cure people. That's what we do." Because I noticed that Lachlan was saying that, like, it's just like one look from the sky just changes everything. How does that happen? I was like, it's a direct callback thing. So like it works, and it's also really cool because it's parallel to the first Spider-Man movie.
Because Peter is a good guy, and he realized, hey, I'm about to kill this guy that I was about to save.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's like, I guess not.
Nice. It's a nice moment. Then Peter's like, hey, I need everyone to forget who I am and shit, and that's pretty sad. I will say another valid narrative issue here is the magic in general in the MCU, but especially in this one, is kind of inconsistent. It doesn't completely make sense as to why they couldn't like do the spell from the start, but like properly. But Doctor Strange says they have to do a whole new spell, so they do a whole new spell, I guess. So that's
I mean, the start spell was botched, right? It already happened. It's already
they could do like the. I don't know. There's probably reasons, just like it's a much bigger thing because all of the villains and stuff are coming in. Also, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in the sky, like Kraven.
So Rhino Man.
Rhinos, yeah. And I gotta admit that part was very tense for me because I was like, I don't want this shit Sony stuff in my Marvel universe. So like, I could get the stakes here. We'll also get back to that.
We think about the possible appearance in a very vague like outline of what could potentially be Madam Web.
I have no idea.
Were
they doing the Madam Web? Were they doing the Madam Web movie? I know a bit about her from the animated series.
It's basically the person that like connects all the Spider-Verses. And so it could be some sort of explanation for how Peter is able to move his physical body through an astral projection. Because there's some universal connection between Spider-Men.
I feel like the reason he was able to do the projection was Spider Sense, right? I feel like that was he was literally just like, because he doesn't need to be in control of his Spider Sense, and that's just his reflexes due to Spider Sense. Was that he's able to?
Two explanations there. That was posited by Eric. I'm just reporting off what Eric was saying.
I don't think they're doing Madam Web stuff, at least not now.
I'm just going by like what's potentially a reference to her. So
yeah, it might just. Marvel... I think they're all just references, except the Kraven thing, because Kraven's actually a movie that's announced.
I do think it's like them doing as much as possible, making as much references as possible, is leaving them as many opportunities to make as much money as possible with more franchises in the future. So,
but yeah, like I was saying, keep your shit out of my Marvel.
Speaking of references,
but I don't know.
Was Venom supposed to be more important in this movie? Did they cut that out, or is he just supposed to be some shit cameo?
We'll get to that when we talk about the post-credit scene. But keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, he goes back to the cafe scene. Is so sad because he goes there and he's like going to tell them, but he sees how happy they are. They all got into MIT, so he's like, nah.
Yeah.
And then he starts his new life as Spider-Man.
You know, he gets
the classic suit around New York.
Good good first impression with MJ again. So I mean, start.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the end of the movie. Pretty cool. What was I gonna say?
Venom.
I've lost my train of thought. Venom. Oh wait, Venom. Yes,
Venom,
the mid-credit scene is Venom. He's in the MCU and he gets teleported out of the MCU, and I was happy because I don't like Venom.
But he phony.
Fucking yeah, I know. Nah, actually, I don't think he's that funny.
But then he leaves behind a little bit of Venom.
So they're like, we have Venom now in MCU. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. That was kind of a stupid post-credit scene to me because it's just like, they set up the thing.
Just
and if you're asking about was Venom meant to have a bigger role, apparently he was meant to be in the final battle.
Supposed to eat someone.
Cut. There are actually a lot of things that were meant to be in the film that got cut, and I'll talk a bit about them. I know that American Chavez was meant to make her debut appearance in the final battle. There is concept art and stuff for that. What other stuff? I can't remember actually, but yeah, that was the big one that was cut. Yeah, there was meant to be more Daredevil stuff, but that never happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, if all those things were nothing, it would be a much more bloated movie.
But definitely 100%. So I agree. They made the right choice in terms of that stuff. Oh, so speaking of American Chavez, the post-credit scene is the Doctor Strange trailer.
Yes.
For in the Multiverse of Madness. Does it look good?
Oh, it looks cool.
Sure.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna watch that regardless, but yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. That's kind of it for the movie, right? Show cinematography.
Those aren't, I think. Yeah.
It's all right. This is good. I liked it. Editing visuals. CG so good. All that stuff. Good.
The aging good.
Yeah. Music. I like the soundtrack.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good. All right. I also want to point out an interesting fact. This film is actually, hold your horses. This film is actually, it says on IMDb, it says 19th highest rated film. However, if I look at the actual score, which is 8.8, it is actually at least the 11th highest film.
You know.
Somewhere between the 11th and the 8th. So, yeah. Fan of X?
All
right. Starting with Deer.
This would be a good one. A lot of references and cameos from the old people from around the world. I like the what do you call it? The journey Peter goes through on this one. As Jack has mentioned, it is the movie where he receives a big loss, and that's a new arc for him. I think they handled that well. the fan service and the throwbacks with all the people and the villains and Spidey's coming in. That was nice. I like it. And they integrated it well with the story. Very good. I'd give this one. Again, I'm feeling a 9. Because I like it.
All right.
9. Enough said.
You go with the 9 as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going with the rare one, boys. I'm giving this one a 10.
Oh,
shit.
bro.
I'm aware it has some narrative issues, but I would watch this movie again. It was an absolute blast,
Bangers, bro.
in my opinion.
That gives us
Cool.
how much?
It's like a
9.3
3.
if we're rounding.
Can I convince you guys to give it a 10?
Absolutely
Can I use
9.
my power of persuasion? Dio,
What?
I believe in you. With great power comes great responsibility.
No.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word, man.
I see. I respect that.
That's respectable. That's very respectable.
So I'm keeping that 9.
Sunny, you're also in the same vein.
Yes.
I see. All right. Anyway, that concludes our review of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Very long-winded review. Basically, you don't have to watch the movie anymore.
Yeah, we talked about the entire plot. You got the entire thing. This was a spoiler review. You should know that already. Whoever's doing the video upload, remember to put full spoilers in the thing.
Yep.
The title. Yeah. Yes, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if my great power comes great responsibility fact is actually true or not a fact.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, if you want more Marvel reviews, you can check out our Hawkeye, the 2 Hawkeye reviews that we did. We have
Yes.
Let us know what you're looking forward to next in the MCU. Is it Eternals 2? Like I am.
Nah. Get that shit out of here.
No. All right. Anyway, good luck in life, kids. What am I saying?
I hope y'all get
bye.
accepted to
Goodbye.
MIT.
I don't know.
Bye.